up, you guys, and welcome to the channel. My name is Amanda Marie, and over here I discuss all things fragrances. So if you have come across my video and you're interested in perfume, I would love for you to stick around. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so that way each time I upload a video you don't miss out. In today's video I will be running down pretty much all of my vanilla fragrances. I thought I had did a video like this before in the past, and obviously I didn't. In my mind, for some reason, I felt like I didn't have enough vanilla fragrances to share with you guys. What was I thinking? Okay, that is totally not the case. So much so that this may end up being a two-part video. If I feel like I can't get everything in the video, I'm definitely going to do a part 2. I wanted to start off with some fragrances that I feel like I don't really talk about that much in my videos. At least I feel like I haven't talked about them. I don't know. Lately, I feel like I've been talking about the same fragrances over and over again. Maybe it's just all in my head. But we're going to get started. I want to start off with 2 oils, okay, that I feel like are very good oils. I feel like you can actually wear these oils on their own if you wanted to. Of course, for all my layering babes out there, you can totally layer with these oils as well. This first oil that I want to talk about is actually new to my collection. I got lucky and I found this the other day at TJ Maxx. And interesting thing, I feel like I had heard a lot of buzz behind this brand on TikTok in a good way, okay, because y'all know it's a lot of buzz going around about Farragamo on TikTok, which I'm staying all the way clear of. You hear me? Okay, yeah. But I feel like I've heard a lot about sand and fog. And again, I was in TJ Maxx and I saw this on the shelf and I was like, oh my God, let me pick it up and see what the people are talking about. And let me just say, I love this oil. This is their vanilla and musk oil. This is an eau de parfum oil, 50 mls, and I got it for $14.99. I've not done any research on this brand. I don't know anything about this brand. All I know that at one point, a lot of people was talking about it on TikTok. But one thing I will say, okay, is that this Vanilla Musk by Sand and Fog smells so good, and it's so good you can wear it on its own. Of course, I tried it in the store. It was already open, so I was like, let me just put it on, you know, and see what is giving, you know, before I spend my $15 on it. And y'all, it's a must for me. It's sweet, it's creamy, you get the vanilla, and the musk I feel like is just an added bonus to the fragrance. It doesn't overpower the fragrance. It doesn't take over. You know how some musk, if you have any experience with musk, you know that it can be a really heady note. It can sometimes take over the fragrances, but it doesn't in here. I put this in my basket so fast, like I wasn't playing any games. Before somebody came up and snatched it, and it was the only one left. And y'all know how I feel about that. When I'm shopping and there's only one of something that I'm looking for left, baby, you already know I'm getting it, okay? It's not even a question. I'm adding it to the cart, and that's exactly what I did. I was about to say, I see myself wearing this when I don't want to wear fragrance. Impossible, okay? I see myself wearing this when I want to wear something light, okay? When I want something sweet. Maybe a bedtime scent, okay? Maybe a scent for an intimate occasion. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I picked it up, added it to cart. I have no regrets. Again, this is Sand and Fog Vanilla Musk, and this is an eau de parfum oil. Okay, next up is one that I have talked about, raved about, love. They were just mentioned in Essence magazine. I feel like they have done a restock of this oil already because I got a notification from Yummie in my DMs, and I'm pretty sure they restocked it because that's what the DM said. So here we go. Yeah, this is Yummie by Skinpotion. And Yummie, she is a fragrance influencer on Instagram. I have not seen her on TikTok. Not sure if she's on YouTube either. But if you want to go find her, she is definitely on the gram. This is a rich, decadent, almost resinous type of vanilla. This vanilla reminds me of the Guerlain vanilla. Okay, the Planophilia vanilla. Yes, that one. Okay, but you're gonna get it at a reasonable cost. Okay, you're not gonna spend a bag on it, but it does put me in the frame of mind of that fragrance, and it is just simply delectable. And I do wear this oil sometimes just on its own, like I don't wear any perfumes or anything else with it. And y'all, I smell it all day long. The longevity is amazing. It is an over performer. Okay, you will have no problems with the performance. And this is, the oil leaves my skin silky smooth. Man, the body scrub, y'all, leaves my skin silky smooth. So does everything. Okay, all of the products leave my skin silky smooth. And the fact that I smell like a delicious piece of something edible is just like a cherry on the top. Again, I can't stop talking about this enough. I think this is just superb. It is superb. It is a must-have in your collection if you are a vanilla girly. Okay, yes, Yummie and Skinpotion. Give it a try. We're going to get into the fragrances now. This first one that I have here is actually by Commodity. You know that I talk about the Milk Bold quite a bit, but rarely do I talk about just milk. So if the Commodity labels confuse you, let me just break it down for you real quick. So they have 3 different type of levels. They have personal, expressive, and they have bold. I usually go for the bold because I'm the type of person that loves a loud, obnoxious fragrance. Okay, if you ever meet me in real life, honey, 9 times out of 10 you gonna smell me before you actually run up on me, right? You know, because that's how I like to wear my fragrances. But I wanted to talk about the Commodity Milk Personal. That's what this one is. And also the labels are going to be different colors. You have a white label that's personal. You have the Expressive, which I think is also white. And then you have the bold, which has gold lettering and a plus sign next to the word. In my honest opinion, I feel like the Milk Bold and the Milk Personal really smell similar. Okay, in this fragrance you're gonna get notes like milk, so it comes off creamy, it comes off lactonic. You're gonna get marshmallow, which adds that sweetness to the fragrance. Also, I feel like it adds an additional creaminess. Maybe that's just me in my head. There's some woody notes here like mahogany, okay, and some musk. I feel like in the Milk Bold you get this incensey note which comes off very smoky. So anytime I talk about the Commodity Milk Bold, I always reference it as a campfire, like a sexy, sweet, lactonic, marshmallowy campfire. I don't get any incense or smokiness from the Milk Personal. So if you like Milk Bold but you don't like that smoky smell, try the regular Milk Personal. I think you will get the same vibes. And I love the vanilla here because the vanilla, even though there's no vanilla mentioned in here, but I feel like you get vanilla from the marshmallow, and it's the same type of vanilla that you get in fragrances like Bianco Latte. It's like a kind of sharp vanilla. Sometimes it could like tickle my nose. It is not necessarily an aromatic vanilla. It's just an intense, sharp, sweet vanilla. I find that in this, and I find that in the Bianco Latte, and I find that in the dupe for Bianco Latte, which I'm about to talk about here shortly. Next up is one of my faves that I found. Oh my God. Actually, this I've had since I started my fragrance channel on YouTube. This is Amo Farragamo, and hopefully you guys can see it. Now, when I first got this, the juice was not this color. And this is how you know that there is a fairly nice amount of vanilla in this perfume, because vanilla has a tendency to oxidize with time. It doesn't necessarily mean that your fragrance is going bad. Even though I do want to say fragrances can go bad, especially if you have them in heat and, like, you know, exposure to light, they can go bad. So keep that in mind. But when you see a perfume with vanilla in it do this, it's not bad. If you guys have Vanilla 28, y'all know Vanilla 28 will do this as well. It turns dark. In my opinion, I love it when it does that. I love it, okay? Like, the juice is good, baby. It's ready to go. What they say, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. And I love it. I love when my perfumes do this, okay? Now, this is going to be that sweet, pretty, creamy vanilla. It has a note in it that I cannot think of at the moment. I will pop it up on the screen. But that note is almost like a citrusy note, which makes this fragrance smell like those orange creamsicle desserts that we used to eat back in the day. I love those ice creams. And that's what this gives, okay? One of my favorites, even though the bottle is full, and I will tell you why the bottle is full, because I thought that this was discontinued. And so whenever I find fragrances that are discontinued, I have a tendency to just kind of like lay off of them for a while and preserve them. But you can actually find this on Amazon. And when you get your bottle, the juice is going to look like an iridescent pinky color. But again, over time, it will switch up on you. Doesn't mean it's gone bad, in my opinion. It just means that the fragrance is getting better. So now that I know that I can get this on Amazon, I can wear this freely now. I feel like I can breathe. I kind of almost didn't want to bring this fragrance up because it is discontinued, but this is one of the most unique, odd vanillas I have in my collection. I do have a dupe of this, and the dupe is really what turned me on to this fragrance. I love the dupe so much, I had to go out and buy the real deal, and that is Tom Ford's Metallique. Again, this is discontinued. Boo hoo hoo. I hate when they do that. I know the brand is making a lot of changes with their fragrances, but I just feel like they could have left this one alone. And honestly, like, seriously, they didn't have to mess with this one. I love this one a lot. Again, it's odd. It's unusual. It's not like your typical vanilla. This is icy cold. Some people say when they first smell it, it does have this metallic or metal smell to it, which I do get a little bit, but for the most part, I get this really icy cold, intense vanilla. There is nothing warm about this fragrance whatsoever, okay? Maybe when you spray it on your skin, it may give you, it may start to smell like a warm vanilla because it's warming up to your skin, but baby, straight out the bottle, she's ice cold, okay? She's icy. This is the vanilla ice queen. I was gonna say cream. This is a vanilla icy queen right here. That's what she is. But it's beautiful. I love the aldehydes in here. I love the heliotrope. The heliotrope may give it something a little creamy too. You're gonna get some citrusy notes in the top like bergamot. You're gonna get some musk. You're gonna get some sandalwood. The sandalwood is definitely going to give it some additional creaminess, but this is bae right here. This is bae, like, and I know y'all gonna ask me in the comments who the dupe was. I'm not gonna tell y'all the company's name because I have made a vow to myself that I will not mention that brand on my channel, and I will not, but I would just say that it starts with a D and you can find their fragrances in Walmart. That's all I'm gonna say, okay? this is actually one of my favorite Zara fragrances. The other one is going to be Ebony Woods. And y'all know I talk about Ebony Woods all the time. But I actually like Vanilla Vibration. Y'all know, was it last year, the year before, Zara decided to release like 4 vanilla forward fragrances and everybody was going crazy for them. I think they all were good, but Vanilla Vibration just stood out a little bit more to me. I like this one. I feel like this is also not like your typical vanilla. This is not a gourmand vanilla at all. It is really sophisticated, okay? It has some class to it. Not what I would have expected from Zara necessarily, because I don't know, I can't say that. It's not what I expected. Usually when I think of vanillas, I think of gourmands, edible, things like that. This is not that. Just, it goes in a different direction. It's a little soft, but it has a brightness to it. It can be loud as well, which I find very interesting because I don't have the best experience when it comes to Zara fragrances. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, that's just been my experience. I know everybody is different. So I haven't invested a lot in Zara fragrances, but in my opinion, this one is full bottle worthy. I would buy a bigger bottle of this one. But I think it's pretty. It's soft, spicy, warm. The vanilla is bright, kind of almost piercing. But again, there's nothing gourmand at all about this fragrance. Okay, let me just say that. But it is a good one. So if you are in Zara one day and you see Vanilla Vibrations, I highly recommend it. If you have been an OG subscriber, you know that this next fragrance I'm about to talk about, I was not a fan fave. It didn't wow me. It didn't move me. I thought it was very mediocre. And I still feel that way when it comes to vanillas. But you got to understand, you got to keep in mind that I smelled a lot of fragrances, and when I first smelled it, it was just underwhelming to me, and I felt like there were vanillas out there that were way better. I love the fact that it's affordable. I love the fact that it was, you know, available to me. I could go to Ulta and buy it. Like, I love those things. But I just felt like it was just a little uneventful, in my opinion, okay? And I'm talking about Eillish No1 by Billie Eilish. I want to say she has released 3 fragrances. This is Eilish 1, then she has Eilish 2, and then she has Eilish 3 that comes in a red bottle. People talk a lot of crap about Eilish 3, and it really is making me curious to smell it, because I'm like, why do y'all hate Eilish 3 so much? Tell me down in the comments. I really want to know. Like, people were saying it smelled bad. Like, I don't know. But anyway, we're talking about Eilish No1. Now, I'm not going to say this is a bad fragrance. This is not a bad fragrance. When it comes to vanillas, I think, okay, you know what I'm saying? For the cost, there are plenty of vanillas out there that are very cost friendly, okay? In my opinion, smell better than this. I'm going to just put it on out there. And as y'all can see, I have a full-size bottle, okay? This is sweet, fruity. I was looking for the cacao because I love like a good sweet, kind of giving that cocoa powder type of vibe. I ain't get it from this. And maybe I need to spray it because it's been a while since I've sprayed it, and maybe it's had a chance to sit over the last 4 years or 3 years, however long I've had it. I mean, if I'm getting some cocoa, the cocoa is light. Like, they just sprinkled a little cocoa in this, but I'm not getting a lot of cocoa. Overall, it's not a bad fragrance. This would be something that, which I've paid my money. I need to go ahead and wear it, because why is it just sitting around? And I'm definitely not going to get rid of it, because it's something about this bottle that I think is obnoxious at the same time, but very, very cute. So I'm keeping the bottle. But this is one that me personally, I would pull when I'm just running errands for the day and I'm kind of dressed down. You know what I'm saying? Very, very casual, sweats, shorts, t-shirt, that type of situation. Or even a bedtime scent, I would wear this. Or even a good office scent. This would make a great office fragrance. So if you like work around a lot of people and management is like very, you know, particular about people wearing fragrances to work, I feel like you can get away with this one because it's literally not going to offend anybody. It's like the most simplest fragrance I've ever smelled. It's not complicated at all. But if you want something I feel like is a little bit better, then try this one. It's Nebras by Lattafa, okay? You're going to get the same vibes as Eilish. You're going to get the berries. You're going to get the sugary, sweet vanilla. It has cacao in it, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, it has the cacao note. Rose, I mean, it has the same identical note breakdown as Eilish, okay? But I like the fact that it's just, I think with the Eilish, my other issue was longevity. With Nebras, I'm smelling them. Like, they literally smell the same. But with Nebras, I feel like I got more longevity with this one. This is why I grabbed for this one. Like, I like the DNA of Eilish, but I grabbed for the Nebras more because it lasted longer. Like, with the Nebras, I'm getting 8+ hours. With the Eilish, I feel like I was getting like 2, maybe 3, depending on how much I sprayed. It wasn't giving me the longevity that I needed. But I wasn't making a big deal about it either because, I mean, in all honesty, I probably spent like $35 on this one, and I may have spent like 25 on this one. So these are the same. This fragrance was recommended to me by one of my lovely subscribers. She said that this was like the most beautiful vanilla scent that she had ever smelled. She hyped it up, and therefore I went out and bought it. And interesting thing for me, the night that I bought it, it was the last one. And here it is. Now this is a really beautiful powdery vanilla scent. Definitely gives me wintertime vibes, fall vibes. Guys, I ain't even told y'all the name of this. This is Moncler Perfume, okay? And again, it's described as a powdery vanilla woody scent. And in this fragrance, you have powdery notes, snow. How did they do it? I don't know. Bergamot, heliotrope, jasmine, vanilla, sandalwood, amber, and cedar. But what I'm pulling is the heliotrope, okay? I'm pulling the sandalwood. I am pulling the powder. So if you one of the girls on TikTok that is using like the little powder puffs thingies, you will like this fragrance, okay? Because it's gonna tie in, okay, with your little powder puffs. Have y'all seen that on TikTok yet? Maybe I'll talk about it, but is it trending? I don't know. But the girlies are doing like these little powder things. They're mixing powders and they have these big puffs and they try. I don't know. But if you like that type of thing, you will love Moncler Perfume. It also gives me a vintagey 90s feel, maybe because it's so powdery, maybe, okay? It also reminds me of the Naomi Campbell fragrance, which I do have hidden away in the back, okay? It reminds me of that fragrance, but I think it is a really pretty scent. I don't know why I don't grab for it because it's great. This would make a great signature scent as well, okay? That Naomi Campbell used to be my signature scent. I used to wear it when I was working in corporate where I had to dress up, you know, every day. I was pulling for that Naomi Campbell on a daily basis. I loved it. So I can imagine this being a signature scent for me as well. And I have had a time with this fragrance, and I think it is that imaginary note that they added in this fragrance that just throws me off every time I go. I try to grab it and wear it. It's a full-size bottle. It's full. And this is Whiff of a Waffle Cone by Imaginary Authors. Is this how it is? Whiff of a Waffle Cone. And here are the notes on the back. All right, you get vanilla, heavy whipping cream, salted caramel, ambergris, something called orgeat, Saigon cinnamon, and ice cream shop. The ice cream shop is an imaginary note, is a fantasy note. It doesn't exist. It's like, it's not tangible. It's not something I can order online. And if I'm making a perfume, I'm like, you know what? I want to add ice cream shop to my fragrance. So it's not like that. It is a nostalgia, okay? It is something that you kind of just had to be there type of situation. You know what I mean? Like, you had to have experienced those old-timey, old-school ice cream shops. Like, I wasn't there. Maybe and I don't know, it was a lot going on back in them times. So I don't even think my people was in them type of ice cream shops unless our people, if you know what I mean, own that type of ice cream shop. You feel me? So is it that type of vibe? Other than that, I mean, I get the vanilla, I get the ice cream, I even get the waffle cone. But I feel like that old school ice cream shop note just consumes everything. Now, I do know that they have released a better version of this, which I feel like maybe other people were complaining about that ice cream shop note too, and they got it on up out of there, if I'm not mistaken. So I really need to get my hands on that new version of Whiff of a Waffle Cone. Like, the bottle and everything looks different. So I need to get my hands on that new version of Whiff of a Waffle Cone, because even the packaging looks different. So